A few moments later.
Get him up, let him get up.
Do you see this? This is what we call stupidity in its perfect form. It's dumb! For the longest time of my life, I've always loved super speed. I mean, I'm a Sonic guy, what do you expect? I adored it growing up. It's the power I'd always run to having if I could. And if you think about it, society in itself has always been wrapped around doing things quickly. Deep it. Fast food, fast cars, fast poops. Like, we all want to be done with things as fast as we possibly can. It's human nature. And being a quick guy in life can take you hella far, man. It's low-key seen as a trophy to people. Like, an age-old fact from the UK that you guys should know is that in primary school, if you were the fastest kid out of everybody, that was like being prime LeBron. You immediately gained everyone's respect. It was like you were on top of the world. Everybody would hype you up no matter who they were. Whether they were your best friend you were already close with, or your biggest hater that most definitely wanted to break your legs. He would still acknowledge you no matter what. And now, you're probably thinking, how the hell is this relevant? Well, I was never the fastest. The point is, super speed is one of my favorite powers. And for all of its appearances through modern day media, it's always been trash. This shit ain't never been right. The super speed problem is truly one for the history books. I already made a video a year ago about this shit. And after gaining more evidence, brain power, intelligence, and heavy bias takes, I've decided for today that, ladies and gentlemen, to settle the issue on why I personally think we will most likely never have a lot of good written speedsters. And I'll be breaking down how most of their powers are so disgusting that they had to get hold by the plot. But also, for a part of the video, I'll bring up methods on how I would make speedsters fair, so they can actually be good for once. Anyways, I've done too much yapping, so let's get into my first take, man. And as most of us know already, these men are just too broken. When it comes to somebody with super speed and they're about to scrap somebody else, 9 times out of 10, the person with super speed would have already shown us that they can do stupid shit with their powers from the beginning. It's dumb. The moment we see them use their powers for the first time, and they usually come together with some of the dumbest abilities to pair up with it. In short, it makes them invincible. Drag is scary, bro. An example I can give you is one I already went over in my first video, which is just their perception. Most, if not all, speedsters gain the ability alongside their speed to be able to perceive the world and time around them a lot slower, which helps them navigate the world they see a lot easier with the speeds they travel at, and also helps them react and make better decisions when fighting any opponent. To summarize this and make it short, this power alone gives them a significant advantage in any fight or encounter, to the point where they should legit solo and one-shot anyone. It's a game changer. It gives them all the time they need to be able to think of the best way to deal with anything and react to whoever they're going against. Like how Quicksilver saved everybody from the exploding X-Mansion in X-Men Apocalypse, all the time he slumped all those guards in Days of Future Past. Or even A-Train in the latest season of The Boys, when he slowed down the whole thing to just about save Huey from Homelander's lasers. It's crazy. And in my eyes, when it comes to A-Train, I think he's somewhat of a balanced speedster. Even though he was able to basically look like he stopped time, it was still moving a little, but just very slow. He still got hit by the lasers at the end of it when he saved Huey. And also, Homelander was somewhat able to keep up with him while flying. They made him fair here. But people like the Flash can literally freeze time. This guy froze time to stop a bomb from exploding. He can even tap people passing on the power so they can even speak to him while time was frozen. It's mad. And perception is only one power they have. Most of them will get another 2 to 3 more that just make it so hard for them to lose against anything. Like being able to create wind and electricity off the images, phasing, running across different surfaces, building up to having crazy amounts of strength through forces, and even being able to time travel. Sonic and the Flash can time travel on the daily. And yet, somehow by bullshit shenanigans, you have guys like the Flash who'll be out here getting whooped by regular humans like Captain Cold, and then say the phrase speed isn't getting it done. Are you crazy? The inconsistency of when it comes to their powers is stupid. One minute, they have all-seeing powers that could destroy the entire timeline. And then the next they're losing to bullshit. Despite all of their abilities, it doesn't matter. Because when it comes to any story or fight, if somebody is just too strong in general to the point where they really bridge the gap between the MC and villain, more often than not, they're just gonna get hold to the plot. And with speedsters, writing always kills these men. None of their powers flip him out. All speedsters will lose to the stupidest amount of writing ever done. It never makes sense on how they'll be introduced into stories, be able to do the most stupidest shit possible, and then like 5 minutes later, they will still somehow lose the fight against somebody they just shouldn't have at all. The Flash TV show is a prime case study of this bullshit. I'm probably gonna mention it for the whole video, because as much as I like this show to a certain degree, The entire thing makes no sense. Beside when Barry fights the big three speedsters, the Reverse Flash, Zoom, and Savitar, any filler meta-humans he fights in between those final bosses, he should not be losing against. Plain and simple. Most of us know this already. There shouldn't be any episode. It just made Barry look sorry every time he goes arse-whooped by them. Trash. None of these fights ever made sense to begin with. He would be running at super speed and just stop every time he came face to face with one of his opponents. Why wouldn't you just knock him out on sight and put him in jail like any normal guy would? Why put yourself at risk to even see what they can do before you do anything about it? This guy literally got poisoned because he decided to stop in front of a guy. Stupid. This is the same man who can freeze time but can't stop himself from running into a flipping ice wall. Whose mad is this? Believe me, with any show I watch, I'm not really a guy to point out mistakes that much. Normally, I just watch the show and forget about anything bad about it since I'd be too hooked onto what's happening, like any normal human being. But when I think about the Flash when he's not fighting the Reverse Flash, I just want to take out my strap and shoot him. All the shit in here shouldn't happen. It's not real. It's too hard to not think about in your spare time and be like, damn, the Flash is kind of stupid. You have to see it as more of a fun/comfort type of action than it is an actual superhero TV show. That's the type of mindset you need to have if you actually want to enjoy it. Otherwise, you're just going to be sitting there and seeing Barry lose to bombs constantly and question yourself on how stupid a man could be. Because people in this show become total dumbasses. It's crazy. And quick sideline, the only likable people on Team Flash are Joe, he's a fed, my goat Cisco, and Caitlyn. These two? Listen, Barry's a decent guy. I don't hate him. I just think he's sorry as shit. But Iris West. I'll be honest, I don't remember the showing off the hair on Iris. I ain't got the receipts for that yet. But that one annoying line where she goes, yes, Barry, when I put this ring on my finger, it became about us. You are not the Flash, Barry. We are. We are the Flash. I'm gonna burn the whole thing down! And I get it. Writing a Speedstar is harder than what we can complain about. I mean, imagine having a perfect story. You just finished writing the conclusion and it's elite. You have assembled and made the perfect team of superheroes, leading up to a perfect final fight with the main villain, and everything was just making sense. But then you have a person with super speed who's basically able to do anything they want, and they really shouldn't lose against anybody. Yeah, I'd be a little heated too. But even writers themselves overpower speedsters to a point where it's just literally unnecessary. Some of the feats they even give them, they don't even cap off or make it so they had to go through a lot of hardships to even be able to do whatever overpowered technique they learn. It's like it comes naturally to them. Like, why is time travel so easily passed around when it comes to super speed? It's literally like walking for these guys. So with them even having the power to time travel, why just not use time travel for any little problem they have? Fighting a villain? Time travel. Saving the world? Time travel. Deleting armies? Time travel. If it's so easy to these guys to just casually be able to do this shit, why not do it consistently? The Flash time traveled in season 1 by accident because he was trying to stop a tsunami from hitting Central City. And he does it bare times throughout the show for the rest of the story. But then a week later, he'll be out here losing to bees. You a time traveler. You're fast enough to time travel and you're out here losing to bees. You're sorry, man. You're trash. In all seriousness though, when it comes to handling most characters with speed as their power, that shit is hard as hell. It normally just ends up with them making poor decisions that fully undermine their capabilities most of the time, making them sorry as hell when it comes to fights, and also making it look like they could never be able to handle their own against anyone. There's barely a lot of good written speedsters to overpower the poor ones, and to an extent, I can understand writers because it's hard to even make a speedster balance in the first place. Look at comics, look at games. They overpowered them to a point where when you put them somewhere else, they're gonna have a hard time to write a loss for them regardless. Making them fair is hella difficult. But my friends, I actually brainstormed a little and realized there are some ways writers can make them a lot more easier and bearable in places so they won't look straight up ass. And my genius self has got a few different methods as to how writers can make speedsters make sense. Number 1, cap their speed. Don't give them stupid techniques like time travel and phasing. Don't let them be comparable to the speed of sound or be able to absorb somebody else's speed. Just let them be fast but have a limit to how fast. Like Dash from The Incredibles is a perfect example. He's quick, but not too quick to the point where time slows down around him. He's fast enough to run across water and punch quick, but not fast enough to punch guys to whole different countries. Dash's speed in The Incredibles is balanced and fair. It isn't some busted bullshit that would get people contemplating. Instead, you just know he's a fast guy and that's it. Number 2, make them only fight overpowered people or other speedsters. In X-Men Apocalypse, when Quicksilver was punching Apocalypse in slow motion, even though this scene is still stupid, when I watched it, I didn't think that much of it. Because Apocalypse is meant to be broken. He amplified other mutants' abilities. The guy got into Charles' brain to where a bunch of militaries launched all their nukes into the sky. Look at the craziness Magneto was doing. That was all because of this guy. So to make a speedster fight somebody regardless of their stupid powers, who can rival the same feats they have or are just 10 times more stronger than they are, makes the person with super speed look less powerful, which in turn makes it fair if they lose. People like Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, Darkseid, God Emperor Doom, yada yada yada. Guys like this with dumb powers to the point where people wouldn't question it is the type of opponents we need for speedsters with stupid abilities. Overpowered versus overpowered cancels out. It makes it fair. Or you just get some bullshit and make them fight another speedster. That normally works out too. And for the final method I have, ladies and gentlemen, it's just simply to make it so the person the speedster's fighting be able to adapt to them. This is my favorite one, man. Let me break this down. In the first Sonic movie, when Sonic slows down time to react to Eggman's missiles, Eggman presses a button, which by using the energy from Sonic's quill, he was able to basically gain a speed. So their whole chase sequence throughout the movie not only was dope as hell, but it actually made sense. Eggman isn't naturally fast. Game Eggman definitely is, but movie Eggman was able to use his genius and then apply it to his machine, then boom, was able to keep up with Sonic. If they do something like this when going against people with super speed, then there's no real room to complain about it. It doesn't need to be hated on. This solution works. It gives villains a way on how they can beat speedsters, and on top of that, gives them speed too. It's a win-win solution, man. In fact, my takes are creme of the crop. Supreme levels of intelligence are being displayed right here. They should listen to me now, because I'm tired of seeing speedsters get hold. It pisses me off. Why is the Flash so sorry for? Ezra Miller's Flash is so trash too. Why does his suit look like this in the movie? It's so ugly, man. It's bad. I just can't do it anymore, man. I will no longer let myself be the victim to witness speedsters do some of the coolest shit and then get knocked out of some bullshit. They can't keep doing this to me, man. No more. No more. Anyways, this is all I wanted to say on super speed. There's not really a lot to talk about here. And if we're being honest, regardless of all the videos and methods people have that would 100% no doubt fix everyone's issues with it, let's be real, it's still gonna be some bullshit in the future. Once again, I love all you guys. I appreciate you, man, for staying till the end. Stay safe. And my final takeaway on this dilemma,
it was me, Barry.